I don't know if this is gonna work. Alright. We're gonna read Frankenstein. I feel like I shouldn't go live. I feel like I should go to bed. I'm so tired. But I really want to read Frankenstein because I'm like so tired. And I'm like, fuck. I'm trying to go to bed. It's 2 in the morning in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I work at 11 in the morning. 8. That's 9 hours from now. Sleep sounds so good. But maybe just a little bit of Frankenstein. This book is not 5 out of 5. Frankenstein is not a 5 out of 5. It's a lot of talking. So much talking. I almost can't. I don't know. I almost can't finish it, to be honest, because there's so much talking. I have a bad I have a really bad, I don't know, attribute where I don't finish books. I start books. I'll get to the last 10 book. See, I'm almost done. I'll get to the last 10 pages of a book and just quit. I just can't finish it. Not because it's bad, not because it's good. But I just physically can't do it anymore. I just get so tired. I'm like, you know what I mean? But I've been really good lately. I've been finishing my books finally, and yeah, that's good. So I decided, let's go back and do another live thing where I can go live for Frankenstein, Mary Shelley. This will be spoilers, as you can see. We're towards the end of the story, and there's from now on, from this point on forward, there's only gonna be spoilers. So you've been warned. If you don't want any spoilers of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, you gotta leave now because there's spoilers. I'm on page 170, I think, somewhere around there. Let me tell you what I've read so far. I've read, so we've gone to the point where Frankenstein is like, so he's the doctor, and he decided, okay, you know what? I'll make you a wife, right? He's gonna build the monster a wife because the monster said, hey, either you build me a girlfriend or I'm gonna kill your friends, or I'm gonna kill your family. That's what he said, bro. And then Frankenstein was like, damn, okay, I'll make you a wife. Spoilers for Frankenstein. And then, so he made him a wife. And then on the brink of making the wife, Frankenstein rips apart the monster. Like the wife. She wasn't even awake yet, you know? But he was building her. He was building the girlfriend. And then he looked. And he saw the monster. And the monster was like watching him build the girl. And he was like smiling, right? He was like... Because he's like a... You know, he was smiling. And then... because he was happy. But it looked like an evil smile, you know? So then... We have the doctor, Frankenstein, and he was like making the girlfriend, and then he saw his smile, and he was so scared. He said, no, what if I build him the girlfriend? What's gonna happen? Look, wishing pregnancy with twins upon you. Wow, Amaru's crazy. What does that mean? So then... So that I'm gonna tell you that this monster wants twins too, bro. This monster wants twins. I'm gonna tell you right now that this monster was watching Frankenstein build the girlfriend, and then Frankenstein saw his smile, and he was like, "Oh my God, so horrendous. How scary how malicious, that's what he said. How malicious his smile is. Imagine if I build a girl. Imagine if she decides that, oh, no, no, no. But man is so beautiful. I would rather be with man than be with someone as ugly as Frank, as the monster. That's what the doctor was thinking. So then that was pretty interesting, to be honest, because Mary Shelley, she could have like gone into a whole separate like path where the girlfriend could have woken up, they got together, and then maybe the girlfriend sees a regular human, and she's like, oh my god, I'm in love with him, right, or whatever, and then the female monster, she'll decide to get with the regular human and not with the monster, and then the monster, she could have gone into that whole scenario, but she didn't. You know what Mary Shelley did? Mary Shelley talked about it. She in the perspective of the doctor said, oh, can you do ASMR? No. And then the doctor was all like, I like the way you tell the story. Bro, this is a good story. I ain't even done yet. This is why I can't go to sleep. Bro, it's 2 a.m. in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I have work in 8 hours or 9 hours. I have to go to bed. But I'm not going to. Because I want to finish this book. This is not 5 out of 5. It might be a 3.5 or a 4. Because there's so much talking. This book talks and yaps and it just doesn't shut the fuck up. It just talks. There's no action, bro. Like, there's action, but it's sparse. And it's cool. I still like it. It's still a really good book. The writing is beautiful. It's just beautiful. And she's a great writer. 18 years old when she wrote it. Oh my god. She's a great writer. Wow. Yep. Yeah. I don't have the words to describe her eloquency, her her prose, I guess. Her she's very it's just interesting because she was 18, but I know that the language is different, so maybe she just, I don't know. It was pretty famous when she was alive, actually. She knew how famous it was when she was alive. So, I like the book. I mean, not her, but, I guess her, but the book. The author, when it first came out, it was her, like, her pen name was something else. It was written, like, as her grandfather or something, just to get the book sold at first. So, yeah, Frankenstein. Classic. Her writing is just amazing. I can't wait, man. I have to see. So what I was saying is that there's no action. Well, there is action, but it's just sparse and there's a lot of talking. But at least the talking is good. The talking is good. There's a court scene, and usually I'd be like, court scene. It sounds boring. But she made the court scene good. Can you yell, "Hi, Axel," because I'm trying to wake him up. Hi, Axel. Bro, it's 2 a.m. I can't. I'll wake up my neighbors, and they'll call the cops on me. I live in thin walls. I can't scream. So, this is a live reading of Frankenstein. Okay? I will be reading the book, Frankenstein. I'm just telling a quick synopsis of what I've read so far. And so he builds the monster, and then he sees... so he builds the monster's girlfriend. And then as he's building the monster's girlfriend, he looks up, and he sees his original monster watching him build the monster's girlfriend. And he's like, wow, he looks horrendous. He looks evil. what happens if I build this monster? So that's what I was saying, is that her writing is so good, is that she could have gone into a whole different story of him building the girlfriend wakes up and they have a thing, or maybe the girlfriend leaves the monster, right? That's what he was saying, is maybe the girlfriend leaves the monster, and then, this is all in the book. That's how crazy this book is. They went in there, and then he was all like, what if he was having a girl mode, because it was crazy. He was a girl mode. That's just a stereotype. And then he was all like, what happens if I wake up this girl monster? And what if the girl monster doesn't fall in love with the monster like the monster wants? And so she falls in love with a regular man, right? And then he was like, what if she just has a mind of her own, and she just decides, oh, you know what? I'm gonna be more evil than even the original monster. I'm gonna kill even more people than he did, or I'm gonna, or he was like worried, oh my God, if the original monster targeted a child, what if this girl targets even more children, right? And it was like, he was like, oh my God, what am I doing? What if I created the monster and then all of my future generations just hate me? What if... And then she wrote a weird sentence where it states, I don't know if I read it right. It was like a little advanced. So she feels like a PhD writer, to be honest, bro. When I was reading it, it feels like college level status. I don't know the reading status for Frankenstein, but I'm not gonna lie, that was not easy. This is not easy. I'll tell you, it's way easier. It's way more forgiving than Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno is the hardest book I ever read. Oh my God. That was tough, bro. And so, I was chilling. I'm reading the book. Let me tell you where I am. And he's like, what if the girl version of the monster starts killing more than he does, essentially, or does more evil things? Or what if they team up? He said, what if the monster and them, they do get together, but they team up and do crazy evil things together? And he just went into different scenarios. So what I'm saying is, Mary Shelley could have wrote about any of those versions. But it's interesting how she chose to write all those versions all at once in the form of a thought, in one of her characters. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good. Her writing is really good. Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. I'm thinking about what other lines I've read that I thought was like, that blew my mind. I got to the obey line. I wanted to share that with you. This is a classic line, apparently. Oh, I'm gonna tell you, this is the best line in the book so far. I hope the book maybe blows me away in a different way. I hope it blows my mind even further, because I'm not done with the book. I got maybe 40 pages, 50 pages left. Oh, man. The monster killed his friend. No, Clerval. Clerval died. That was very sad. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm trying to find the best line in the book for you guys. The best line was a dialogue. And then, so, that's what he was thinking, right? The doctor, Victor Frankenstein, he was all like, what if... they team up and start killing or wreaking all kinds of havoc together, right? And you know what he does? He rips apart. He decides to... Thank you anyway. I'm reading the comments. They're funny. Wishing pregnancy is crazy. Oh, we talking Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley's crazy. Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley's awesome. Mary Shelley is awesome. Yep. What's a flash goal? I don't know what a flash goal is. 3 roses. Alright. Let's see. I'm trying to find the best line, but... So he's chilling. He rips apart the girl version of the monster. He rips her apart because he didn't want it to come alive. And then the monster's like, what the heck? Why'd you do that? And he came down from the roof. And then, oh my God, it was so good. I found it. This is so good. Such a good line. And then, so the monster comes down from the roof and he's like, why did you do that? Why did you destroy her? You know, I've gone through a lot just to get here, you know? And then Victor Frankenstein, the doctor, he was all like, because I didn't want, like, something so evil to happen, right? That's basically what he said. And then he was all like, so I decided not to create it. And then the monster said this, slave, I before reasoned with you, but you have proved yourself unworthy of my condescension. Remember that I have power. You believe yourself miserable, but I can make you so wretched that the light of day will be hateful to you. You are my creator, but I am your master. Obey! I know that's a classic line. And I'm just finally happy that I actually got to read it. So that's pretty cool. I don't give a fuck, to be honest. I didn't feel... I felt some things, but I've seen that in so many internet, like, memes and stuff. You know, I am your master, you must obey, or whatever. So I'm like, a little desensitized by that line. So, you know, I'm just like, it's insane. That was such a good line. That's the best line in the book. After that happened, the monster runs away to a different island. And then Frankenstein gets lost in a boat in sea later. I'm just skipping scenes. I'm not going to explain everything because I want to read it and it's late. He gets lost at sea after he finds himself back in land. When that happens, they arrest him because someone died, and it turned out the person who died was his friend. And he had the same mark that William had on his neck when William died, which is, you know, a hand around the throat, an imprint. And so Frankenstein knew it was the monster, but everyone thinks it was him because no one knows the monster. So everyone thinks it's him. And then they arrested him. And now it's been 2 months and he's still arrested. And that's where I am. And all this talking got me tired. And I almost feel like calling it a night. But I think I just have a couple pages before I finish the chapter, so I'm just gonna read it. Where was I? That is my least concern. I am by, of course. I see. As Mr. Kerwin, that's like the sheriff or something. An officer, manager, I don't know. It's gotta be. Might be governor, a mayor of sorts, but I'm pretty sure he's like a sheriff or like head of police department type of shit, you know? As Mr. Kerwin said this, notwithstanding the agitation I endured on this retrospect of my sufferings, I also felt considerable surprise at the knowledge he seemed to possess concerning me. I suppose some astonishment was exhibited in my countenance, for Mr. Kerwin hastened to say, immediately upon your being taken ill, All the papers that were on your person were brought me, and I examined them, that I might discover some trace by which I could send to your relations on account of your misfortunes and illness. I found several letters, and, among others, one which I discovered from its commencement to be from your father. I instantly wrote to Geneva. Nearly 2 months have elapsed since the departure of my letter. But you are ill. Even now you tremble. You are unfit for agitation of any kind. Who said that? I don't even know who was talking. Mr. Kerwin? Maybe I should call it a night. Fuck. I downed 2 beers. And I'm fucked. Shit. Smoke some weed. And I'm fucked. I'm just kidding. There's no drugs on this channel. This suspense is 1,000 times worse than the most horrible event. Tell me what new scene of death has been acted on, and whose murder I am now to lament. Your family is perfectly well, said Mr. Corwin with gentleness. Oh. So someone is visiting Frankenstein in jail. And then Frankenstein is like, who's visiting me? And then Mr. Corwin's like, it's your family. And then Frankenstein thinks it's the monster. So he's freaking out. And he's saying, no, please don't let me see the monster. That's where we are. Mr. Kerwin regarded me with a troubled countenance. He could not help regarding my exclamation as a presumption of my guilt, and said in rather a severe tone, I should have thought, young man, that the presence of your father would have been welcomed instead of inspiring such violent repugnance? My father, cried I, while every feature and every muscle was relaxed from anguish to pleasure. Is my father indeed come? How kind, how very kind. But where is he? Why does he not hasten to me? I knew it was his dad because I accidentally skimmed it, so I did see it. But, what is this? Kick it together. Huh. Unlock Ace Keeper. What is this? Alright. Cool. Let's see, where was I? Why does he not? Okay, my change of manner surprised him. Please the magistrate. Oh, he's the magistrate. Dr. Kerwin, he's a magistrate. I don't know what a magistrate is. Does anybody know what a magistrate is? Can you put it in the comments? Does anyone know what a magistrate is? Does anyone know what a magistrate is? I don't know. I don't want to exit the app, but it's like some kind of it's like some kind of, what is it called? You know, you like control something. It's like you're the leader of some kind of group. Must be some political group. The magistrate. Perhaps he thought that my former exclamation was a momentary return of delirium, and now he instantly resumed his former benevolence. He rose and quitted the room with my nurse, and in a moment my father entered it. The nurse is a bitch. She was all like, you know, Frankenstein was all like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm here," and then the nurse was all like, "Yeah, me neither. Honestly, you'd be better dead." But I can't say that, so I have to help you, cause it's my job. Bro. That shit was crazy. She said, I have to help you because it's my duty. I thought that was crazy. Alright. Okay. Yeah. I am gonna call it quits after this. Nothing at this moment could have given me greater pleasure than the arrival of my father. I stretched out my hand to him and cried, Are you then safe, and Elizabeth, and Ernest? My father calmed me with assurances of their welfare, and endeavored, by dwelling on these subjects so interesting to my heart, to raise my desponding spirits, but he soon felt that a prison cannot be the abode of cheerfulness. What a place is this that you inhabit, my son, said he, looking more fully as the barred windows and wretched appearance of the room. Looking more fully at the barred windows and wretched appearance of the room. You travel to seek happiness, but a fatality seems to pursue you and poor Clerval. Yeah, Clerval died. Oh, violation detected. Fine, I'll exit the TikTok, but damn, I'm just reading Frankenstein. It's a live reading of Frankenstein. What the heck? Violation detected? I'll end the video, okay? Have a good day.